Hello and welcome everyone to the chat after the show. Thanks very much. I hope you all enjoyed the video. There's quite a few in the chat names and stuff. Just get them up quick. Got urban lads as well. Mike's in as well. Cool. Thank you, Mike. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you, Amy Clark. He just sent us the link out, shared it out. Your camera needs to be there, and like that. Yeah, in your welcome, mate. Just get yourself. You got a date, 1 minute, I'll let you go. Just seeing how else is in. In reality, welcome. Cool. D. Nice to see you all in. 2K random places around the world. Excellent. I've not checked their channel out, but I'll have to check their channel out. I'm so glad for all the new supporters and all the new subscribers. It means so much. I hope you enjoyed the video, everyone. The sound is no good. I'll find out now. Yeah, buddy.
Alright, buddy. Your microphone's a bit. It's like it's going all funny.
I was going to say, how does the sound say? Can someone say it there? Give me a second. There you go, and you can just talk.
Hello? What did everybody think of his video then anyway? Because that was cool, that police station. I wish I'd have got there earlier. Wow, it's really, really feedbacky. I don't know what it is, but it's like. Hello, everybody in the chat. Hi, guys. Hope everybody's all right.
Is that any better now?
No, it's still the same, buddy. Still exactly the same.
I
don't know what it is. It's like you can hear you, but it's like there's a nasty echo with it. It's like a really tinny sort of sound with it as well. Hi, D. Hi, Bearded Reality.
Right, try that. Is that any better now?
No, it's exactly the same. Exactly the same, buddy. Hi, David Clark.
Hello. Testing.
Can't you hear it on another device? Have a look on another device and go back through it, you know, to see.
Yeah, the feedback won't have to be that way.
Hi, Secret Vault. You alright, buddy? Richie Wellock, David Clark. Hello. D. Hello. Bearded Reality says try unplugging the mic.
Unplugged it now. Is that any better?
That's still the same. Still the same, buddy.
Still the same. Any better now? No.
I don't know what it is. It's like it's real. I've never heard the sound before. You know, with problems on other live streams and that, I've never heard the sound. It's really. I just don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's like really, yeah, Dalek-y sort of in the back. Not your actual voice, but the echo of you is like a Dalek's voice.
Where's it coming from? Because I've got earphones in.
Oh, I don't know. Have you got a different pair of earphones? Try them.
Yeah, I'll try it.
What's this? It's Mixer on software. Someone said. I don't know about stuff like that. I don't know about stuff like that. You better off getting Secret Vault on. Is he coming on? Because he's like ALW. How are we doing, buddy?
Yeah, I believe ALW.
Hello.
ALW. I believe Secret Vault's coming on, and I believe we've got Faded Reality coming on, a new face to the channel as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Andy, does he sound bad to you as well, or is
Oh,
it
it's
just
terrible. It's horrendous. Yeah. If you go in cam and mic at the bottom, then go on audio, see if echo cancellation's turned on that, and then see what your microphone is, because you can change what microphone you're using normally. Like there's 4 listed on mine. So try that, William. Cool. Hi everyone in the chat. You get feedback from not wearing headphones. Yeah, that's why I wear my headphones. Thanks, Jason. Are you pretending to be a Dalek? Yeah. How are you, Marcus?
I'm all right, buddy. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm tired. No.
Yeah. Oh, me too, buddy. I'm at work, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. I started Sunday, and you know what I mean. It's just.
Not good.
How are you doing? Bad. How are you?
Yeah.
Are you having any problems?
Yeah. I think William's got some slight mic problems. What do you think, Matthew?
Have you been gargling 8-bit Listerine or something?
Yeah.
You haven't got Davros on Series Link, have you?
Davros.
Give me a minute.
I don't know. Are you connecting with a laptop or something? Your computer? Oh, he's gone now.
Gone.
Anyway, hello ALW. Hello,
Hello, mate.
Urban Lad.
Hello, Secret Vault. How are you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. You admiring your muscles or something?
No, I've got like
This is a gunshot.
arm there, but it's like it's killing me. I don't know what it is. When I'm resting on steering wheel, it's like, oh, what the fuck's that? You know what
I think it could fit 3 of my arm stripes into one of yours. Look, like I could fit 3 arms into one of yours.
This is just fat, though, mate. This is fat.
Oh, okay.
So there's no fat to go around my waist anymore, so it just goes in my arms.
Have you not got power steering? Turn it off.
Yeah.
You get big arms.
Oh
then.
no, this has got power steering. I can blindfold.
Lucifer and everyone. Having sound problems.
You
Can we send the link to me, please, on WhatsApp or Instagram to this live chat?
It's really weird because sometimes it's like it's putting your voice up in pitch. You're going, yeah, it's really weird. It's going, it's doing that as well.
It's difficult to listen to.
It's bizarre, man. Bizarre.
It's funny. I've never. Yeah.
So what you wanting, Legend? What you wanting? Sending it through WhatsApp?
So you can come on via a phone instead, yeah, because you get in trouble with your computer and that. Yeah.
Someone send him the link for this on the.
Yeah, I'll do it now.
Well, he could get it from the YouTube stream. If you go to the YouTube stream, you can click on it in the YouTube stream as well. It's there. Oh, I'll send it to him if I can find it.
Yeah, you do it because you'll do it loads quicker than I will.
It'll
take me ages.
That's why I just left
on your own channel. I can't find it for some reason.
Right. Live. Police station after chat. Do you want to hear what you sound like? Hang on. Right. Oh, well, you're not speaking at the moment. Right. Police station after chat. Do you want to hear Right. Where's the link? I just pasted it in there and now I can't see it.
I was going to grab another beer.
Where's the? I just pasted a link.
Just the one.
I just pasted a link in there, and now it's not there. Hang on. Ah, there we are. Right.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, Right. How do I copy that? Oh, it wouldn't let me copy it inside this. Oh, it's this, isn't it? It won't let me copy the stream, the thing. Hang on, I'll have to open it in Chrome, and then I'll have to copy and paste it from Chrome web address. There we go, and then I'll send it to you in WhatsApp. That's a pain in the arse. Right, it's coming. If I can find your name in here, Urban Legend. There we are.
No, that works. Everything's working smooth.
Hey, Bearded Reality, how are you doing?
Reality.
Yeah, hey, Volt, how you doing? ALW.
Hello.
There you go. You should have it now in his phone. I've had problems with my new system. It's like the fastest thing, on the planet. But when you're rendering, the audio quality drops down to be like 4-bit, and it's really raspy and then if you turn the same. Yeah, it's weird, and it's just like it only happens on an AMD processor, one of these Ryzen processors. Because I'm used to using Intel. I've never ever had an issue like this before.
I'm using the NVIDIA GTX 70, I think 1070, and I only have a problem if I'm let's say I'm uploading something and it's got things working in the background. Then I try and do lives or something, then it starts messing up. I think that's breaking.
There's a bummer, isn't it?
Sounds it. Yeah, sounds it. I've got a Synology NAS recently and can't get that working. That's going in the bin soon, I think.
NAS, for putting hard drives in?
Yeah, I've got a couple of 10s in it. Trying to get that to work on the network, it's just a nightmare. Just keeps, don't know. Going to take it outside and hit it with a lump hammer.
I got a Western Digital NAS, and it's got like 6 bays in it, and you can put the hard drives in, it'll come on. But as you say, getting it on the bloody network, it's there on the network, but for me to access it from any other system, you've got to register with Western Digital, so you can sort of like wherever you are, then you could connect back to home, And you just say to Western Digital, right, I've created an account, now send me the code. It doesn't send you the code. And then you do it again, send me the code. Never get the code. So I can't set the software up because they never send me the code. Oh,
here we go.
I just gave up on it.
Nightmare. Yeah,
hello, can you hear us?
Getting like that. Yeah, that's loads better. Well,
we can hear you.
Perfect.
You might want to turn it on its side so you're in
It's
a
like
bigger
you've
screen.
sacked Davros and you're doing it yourself now.
Turn your phone on its side.
Landscaping.
To get landscaping.
Press the red button.
We're playing with one's privates, landscaping.
Oh, trust you, man.
Straight off topic.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Hey Gav. How you doing, Gav?
Hi, Gav.
There you go.
I was like that then. I thought it was him coming back on. I was like, hey, what? You're like, buddy. No, can't hear us.
How's everybody doing anyway then? Hopefully all is well.
Yeah, cheers, Steve.
Okay, should be able to hear it now.
Yeah, good.
Reset.
And then your ladders, what you used to get in that house.
It's the only thing I got. For the attic. I had to climb like ridiculous, man. I had to literally build a mini ladder. So I'm balancing on these old like a cabinet, a chair, and it's all stacked like that. So I'm having to bounce and reach up. But the window itself, it's all rotten. So as soon as you grab onto it, it's going to come loose. So you have to literally wrap your whole body around and drag yourself up to the building. That's funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like octopus your way in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Not that we do that.
Yeah. Getting into anywhere is never pretty.
Yeah.
No.
Like premieres today, it's like it's doing me head in. I'm like, what? Another premiere? I'm like, what?
Everybody's been busy, haven't they?
Yeah.
Indeed. Wonder what the host's doing. Yeah, it's his after chat for his premiere and he's not here. Well, I thought it was good. Random hours of car inside the building.
Greymare's cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's a shame that a lot of it was stripped out though. Like some of the the first building itself, most of it was stripped out. It was like the second building and like the middle floor that had little bits remaining. So it would have been interesting seeing it intact.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here he is.
Hello?
You back, William? Hello, mate.
Is that any
buddy.
better?
Yeah.
All working smooth.
Just turn your phone sideways, mate. From like that, you got it like that. Turn it like that. Like
Right,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I can't really see nothing what's going on here now. Give me a minute.
Really?
John, I am not a Sheffield Wednesday fan.
Should we just take our clothes off and ruin this screen for him, or we'll just like get him some strikes, pull our tackle out?
Someone's asked if I'm Sheffield Wednesday fan. I hate football, no matter which team it is.
Yeah, I'm like that.
Shove football up the
Yeah, I'm not
arse.
bothered.
I hate the football.
Yeah. I hate all these bloody sports, to be honest. I just don't understand what people see in it. Like, you know, it's other people having a game or something. You're not there. Why do you care?
That's it, yeah. I'd rather
Yeah,
watch
that's
women's
what,
gymnastics or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only thing I can enjoy about sports is like actually doing it. It's like watching somebody else doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like
I kind of
what
like basketball. I like watching basketball.
Fair enough. Each to their own, innit? Don't do enough for me. It's all squeaky.
Why I used to
could-
play that back in the day. That's
Yeah.
I think you could flip a coin as well. Like you can go, right, who's going to win? That one is. Right. And they flip it again. No, it's this one.
Yeah,
And, it's like, and everybody's like, yeah. And then it's like, and then next one, like, oh. And then they're like, oh, they won again. Oh, they failed. Oh, they won again. No, they like, who gives a shit? It's just people kicking a bloody ball around.
A side note to that, though, I used to gamble quite a bit, so that would make it a bit more interesting as well.
Yeah. That brings another element to it completely, yeah.
Yeah, but did you win?
Well, I used to be a bookie back in the day, so it worked out while I was there in the space of like 9 months. I had gambled 136,000, down 9,000. Like, because, you know, like recycling. So I was like at one point 20 grand up, but obviously not walking away, just constantly recycling, going and going and going, betting like £1,000 at a time because I'm an idiot. And then.
And did you lose it?
In total, I think I lost 9 grand in the space of 9 months, 10 months.
Right.
Like, so that's going from 20 up, going all the way down.
Yeah. So you put your initial money in, and that's made you down 9 grand. So you never really, at the end of it, you might have been up for a bit, but you overall.
Yeah, well, that's how it works, though. Yeah. So, like I said, if I'd walked away, I would have been like 20 grand up at one point.
Yeah.
But I just kept going and going and going, as you do.
Right, I take it I'm back in the show. I can see myself.
Yeah.
How's the sound?
Brilliant.
Good.
Much better.
Everything's working.
And the picture looks good as well. It's all right.
Yeah.
Basically, I can't have the StreamYard on my laptop because the sound's still going on. So I'm getting a load of feedback.
You might have to reboot it and try again.
Yeah, but the problem with that...
I mean, don't worry about it now. It's just because you just carry on like this, is it? You all right with this?
Yeah. Seems okay, but I can't read the chat, you see.
Oh. Well, you could reboot it whilst we're chatting and...
Yeah, reboot your laptops, because then you'll be able to... It'll come up and then you just mute the stream.
I've got a... Right. Matt. See that? I've got my hard drive there. Yeah. That's plugged into my computer or laptop. And on my laptop, I've still got an editing film that I've just done from last night, the one we just watched. If I reboot my computer...
because I was on somebody else's stream, sorry. Yeah.
If I reboot my computer, will it wipe that software that was open away?
Unless
well,
it's saved.
Don't you save it? You know, save it, then reboot your machine.
I have saved it. It takes an hour, but once I saved it, it saves in that format. So that means I've got to then redo something else, change little bits. It's a bit awkward.
But your editing software, you should be able to save your project quickly within like a couple of seconds. You say save, and then you can come back to it and work on it later on. So you don't have to render it out now. You just save, save the project and come back to that project later.
That's probably what's causing you the issue. Like I said, I have the same thing when I'm messing about doing stuff.
Right, so if I go to close, save.
Yes.
Make
sure you say yes to the save.
File, project name.
And remember where you've saved that project now. Make sure whichever folder it's in, you know where that is so you can get back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that one before.
Shit with computers, mate.
Cheers, Glenn.
Shit with computers.
This is computer technical support with ALW, Gav, Bearded Reality, and Urban Lad Yorkshire. And today's victim is Urban Legend.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Thomas, getting your vaccine tomorrow.
Right, I'm just turning it off now, rebooting it.
Yeah. Whilst you're having fun, I'm going to go and get a fill-up of my cordial. I'm not drinking anything tonight, just cordial.
I'm just having
antibiotics.
I've got light beer. Light beer.
Cool.
Yeah, Bud Light. Cool.
I kind of like the Bud Light. When I was in America, I tried it when it came out. It's like, oh, yeah, have some of that. I'm like, oh, it's pretty tasty, actually.
Yeah. But it weighs the same as a normal beer.
Yeah. Just apparently just less in it.
How laid back with that? It was just like it was there, wasn't it? Like, is he waiting all day to say that to someone?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody in the chat. Anyway, let's say hello.
Hello, Jam Fart's not a fan of Bud Light, it seems. Bless him. Icy Diamond and D, hello. Can we all check who we are? We say we are, please. Can we all check we are who we say we are? Well, the people who are saying they're not someone they're saying they are aren't going to do that, but everybody else will. But good plan.
Well, I'm definitely me.
Yeah. I'm definitely me.
I might be me.
1 minute.
What the?
Yeah.
Wow.
1 minute.
That was a pretty cool echo, actually, wasn't it? You'd actually have to pay for a plug-in to do that.
Oh, wow.
Echo, 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 echo,
Oh, there's
echo,
some
echo.
trolls been in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some trolls have been. I thought they were a troll because someone were asking me if I was a Sheffield Wednesday fan. So they were probably going to say I was fat like a football or something daft. I don't know.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Way. There we go.
Hey, we're back.
Bloody hell.
That was the live stream now on this one.
Yeah, and then it'll get rid of the feedback.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't touch it now. Never, ever, bloody anything ever.
Don't adjust anything. Bloody Santi, don't adjust your TV sets.
Yeah, don't adjust the TV sets. Yeah.
We are in control of the horizontal and the vertical.
That's it. Yeah, what was that off? That was a paranormal thing, wasn't it? Yeah,
Outer limits.
Yeah. Outer limits.
How's that now? Is that still the same?
I'm hearing
something in the
background.
Yeah, I put my earphones in as well. So
yeah, best way.
Now technical issues are over. Can you just say thank you to everyone who's in the chat and everyone who stuck with us while technical issues were sorted? Yeah, thank you very much.
Very welcome.
And can I just get the two new guys up? Bearded Reality was here first, so we'll get him up on screen so we can have a quick chat. Hello, and welcome to my show.
Hello. Hope everybody's well.
Yeah. Do you want to tell people about your channel and what you do and when you release videos or live streams or whatever?
I'm Bearded Reality. I explore things and places, and usually put a video up every 3 days. That's about it. I'm too modest.
No worries. It's good to see you on the chat anyway, as a new
Good to be
face. Hopefully it won't be the last time either.
Probably not.
Good. Let's get our other new guest up. Exploring with Gav.
Hello, guys.
Hello, Gav. You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Well, how are you, bud?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm getting to understand what you're saying now with your accent. I'm getting to understand you.
Yeah, I got a strong accent, don't I?
Yeah, it's very strong.
I'm echoing the same. Hang on a minute.
I think most of us are. Did you say you had your headphones on, Will?
I have, yeah. Hey, Gav, do you want to tell everyone about your channel and when you release your videos or whatever?
I'm exploring with Gav. I release a video every Monday. And well, that's about it, really. I try and explore what I can, when I can.
And you're not just based in Wales either, you go all over as well, like everyone as well, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I go as far as I need to go. I don't worry about the distance of things.
Cool, and thank you to the new couple in the chat. So, what everyone's been doing?
Nudist couple.
Me and Gav have beards. This is a good thing.
Yeah, it is a good thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Matt, for sharing us out today, my channel and the live stream and stuff. Much appreciated. ALW, great live stream before. Live video before premiere.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking, have I had a stroke or something? Because I can't remember doing the live. Did I?
Live chat premiere.
Ah, right, yeah. Cool. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And hello, Urban Lad Yorkshire. Welcome into the house.
How do, guys?
Yeah, not too bad.
ALW, why were you ducking down on your video? Was someone there, or were you just want to be looking the sheep in the eye?
Don't know.
You were like ducking down as you were walking. Both of you are. But because Dave's only little, he didn't have to duck down as much as you.
Yeah. He was watching out for ducks.
Ducks?
Yeah.
Cool.
No, there was there's a person that runs the farm, doesn't like visitors, so we wanted to just not be seen by him.
Yeah.
Can I just suggest something? Will, go when people are speaking, right? Mute individually each person until you find out which one's giving the echo, and then that person can unmute themselves when they want to speak, because it's just causing this echo field behind.
I'm muted at the moment, so I've put mine on.
Right. Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll mute as.
I'll mute me too.
But we need someone to talk.
I was just thinking that if everybody mutes, then the echo will definitely go, won't it?
We got Bexy in the house.
Hiya, Bexy.
Welcome, Bexy.
Yeah,
welcome in.
What are you polishing down there tonight, ALW? Just my phone. I was just sorting a couple of trolls out, because I report them now. If there's a troll in, rather than just deleting it, I report them for different stuff, and then that'll start messing it up for them. So yeah, that's what I was doing.
It probably is Urban Lad Yorkshire. It probably was Urban Lad Yorkshire, because it's not echoing now. So you'll have to unmute yourself, Urban, because I've got a feeling it might be
the only one without earphones as well, I've noticed.
Hello.
It's stopped at the moment.
Yeah, I can't hear no feedback.
Might be all good then.
Echo.
Perhaps muting yourself has sorted it out now. It's now all right.
StreamYard's
It's all right now. It's a weird thing, isn't it?
Yeah, StreamYard's pretty old.
K2 Explorers, hello. Welcome in, abandoned places around the world. I've not checked their channel out. I'll have to check them out.
Is that
yeah.
is that really their name? Because that's a long name.
It is a long name, yeah, but I've never heard of them.
From Bristol as well.
So it's not. Was it 2 Urban Chelsea Explorer from around the world?
2K. Just let me get it back up. There.
2K Explorer Chelsea Abandoned Places Around Worlds. I don't take my word on this, but I think that's a bit long. You need a smaller name.
It is quite a long name, that, yeah.
Mm.
They might shorten it down just to 2K.
Oh.
2K Explorer.
Yeah, but then you have the 2K games, don't you?
Is that you, Alex, in the chat there? I can see you waiting in the background, but there's too many up, Alex. Is that the real you in the chat? Yeah. Right, no worries.
Oh.
Yeah.
Next one with Chelsea
so
first, you
about
say.
the video that Cop
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
I enjoyed Greymare. Greymare was a good explore overall. It's like I was saying to these guys, it's a shame that they stripped out a lot of the building, especially the top floors and whatnot, and the first building as well. But what was left was pretty nice to see, especially the cells.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's the main part, I thought, the cells.
Yeah.
But
Also, that kiddie room as well. That was interesting because there was actually bits left.
I missed that gym. Was it the top floor, that one?
Oh, yeah. There was the top floor. You couldn't get in the back room, but there was that cage and we assume it's a gym. It's got to be some kind of gym.
Yeah. Well, what if it was for the workers? I wonder why there was a camera in that, like that little box room. Because you got the exercise yard out the back for the prisoners who would go to be there for a few hours.
I reckon it was for the police, though. Because some police stations do have gyms for working out in and sports and all sorts of things. So maybe it's just to keep an eye on the whole premises, because usually there's CCTV cameras everywhere nowadays.
Yeah. But what's that little office, that witness box thing you stand in then? That doesn't make sense.
Evidence room, maybe. I couldn't find it. I could not find an evidence room no matter what I found. I found, the Salford Crescent one. I've done that. Yeah. I've not released that yet. There was lines and lines of evidence rooms with evidence in it. Yeah, Nothing like that. Nothing like that in Greymare. So I couldn't find it unless they stripped it out and we just missed the room. But that's the only room I couldn't get into, that locked up bit.
Was it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, the Crescent that you've been in, I did that as well. That were used as a film set as well, wasn't it?
Well, a few of them in Manchester. I've done the 3 now.
When I went in there in the Crescent, I went in and I'm thinking, this is supposed to be a police station. Why is it set out like a bar? And I'm like, what?
No, I think that was I think that was actually used as an officer's canteen. Now, you want about the bit with the old poster and there was a bunch of other stuff there, right at the bottom floor.
Yeah. Well, they made a series there, film there, didn't they?
Did they? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called now. It's on my video. I was looking at our thinner then because I could fit through all. There's only a tiny little hole in the window.
The window, apparently it's reopened again now. There's a new entrance. I went in through that initial window and then somebody got caught there and then got it all sealed up. But the cops were patrolling after a while now.
Yeah. Cool place though. Cells. I like actually looking at them from outside instead of being in one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you find the needles?
Have you been in one?
Floor?
Me?
Well, sorry, I expected in then. No, I just wondered because you said it's nice to see one when you're not been in one, and I was like, "Well, have you been in one?"
I have been in a few cells, Matt. When I was a naughty boy, when I was a young lad. Mainly just being in wrong place at wrong time. You know what I mean? It was just stuff like that.
Or like in a bank vault after hours. Yeah. When it was meant to be closed. Yeah.
Without the keys.
Yeah. I was in one of them cells that was on the video today as well. I got locked up in one of them when I was younger, yeah.
I know you said that you were an extra or something, didn't you? Something they needed you for a lineup.
An ID brigade, yeah, the police needed me for. That's
How come there were only you that got picked out?
It wasn't. There was a few of us from the school that got picked out to go.
Yeah.
So we got a day trip round the police station.
Yeah.
I did one of those, but they never put us in a cell, though. They put you in a cell and brought you out and put you in a lineup.
No, they didn't put me in a cell. That's a different matter when I was a bit older.
Oh, fair enough.
Like I said in the video, I got to this fire door, and how the police station used to work. You used to go into the main reception outside, in the front. Then they talk to you there. Then they used to have a little fire exit next door, straight facing the entrance, and they used to open that and then walk behind you if you wanted or whatever. So you'd like trapped. So we was at the counter, so they said, "Oh, just go to that door there, and we'll let you in." It's a voluntary interview. So I went, "Okay then," and went outside, got to the little door, opened, walked straight in, closed the door behind us. "You're under arrest for armed robbery." I was like, "What?" I said, "You said it's for a crime and offence." Yeah, so armed robbery. Yeah, they tried having me for. It was on a bookmaker's on Moston Lane, and apparently I was in the bookmaker's robbing the place of £29 while I was across the road working in another shop watching the robbery.
Did you tell him it wasn't your gun, you'd borrowed it, so you can't get done for it?
Something like that, yeah.
Echoing back.
Yeah, it was just stupid. So
how many years did you do for this crime you didn't commit?
Nothing. It was crazy. It was an armed robbery, and they said, "Right, we've got to search your house, evidence and stuff like that." So I said, "Please do not take me air guns." They went, "Where's your air guns?" I said, "In my room." But they searched the house, left the air guns, came back, and released me. So.
I know.
Mistaken identity.
See, I've never had any bad experiences with police. Like, there was one time where I was walking across a road, and they gave me a lift home in the snow. Like 3 police lasses, like, "Oh, do you want a lift?" "All right, yeah, go on then." In the back of the police van, off I go. And then the second time was I think a couple of years back, and I got like blind drunk and passed out, and then they basically threw me in the back of a van, police van. I ran up the missus, said, I've been kidnapped. Somebody's kidnapped me. And she's like, "Who's kidnapped you? What are you on about?" It's like, "It's the police. They got me." They dropped us off at home.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, that police station's quite big.
Have you done Staley?
Looked at it.
I know what you say, Bearded.
Have you done Staley Bridge?
Yeah, I've done a Staley Bridge one, yeah. I've not released the video yet. I've got loads to release and to go through. We've got a big backlog.
I did that back in 2019. It's one of the first ones I did. Then I did Salford, which I haven't released yet, but then Grammar. All Manchester based though. Not found one yet.
Yeah. When did we do it? It weren't too long ago, a couple of months ago. Put a picture on Instagram.
Still full of pigeon.
Oh, full of it. It's like a foot deep, isn't it? Some of it.
Is it me?
I don't know. Any echo there?
Hello?
No.
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah. Bearded Reality's muted himself.
I muted myself there.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't be able to hear myself either, so.
I don't know what's what.
The more people who have headphones, the better. That's all we can say. But hey, what it is, what it is. Yeah. But if you can unmute yourself when you want to speak, it'll solve it. But
yeah, I'll just do that.
Indeed, folks.
Yeah, we did it with Exploring with Carl, like you see on the screen there, and Richie Wellock. He done that's the Staley Bridge police station, by the way, we're talking about.
Staley?
Yeah.
Like there was they had some interesting bits at the bottom floor, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there was one of them windows again in Staley Bridge, wasn't there? Like an interview window.
They also had I think on the bottom floor, a evidence room. It was at the back, right at the bottom floor, like a tiny one, but it's a small police station. So
yeah, that back in the day apparently flooded when the river flooded its banks behind it, and the police cars were floating in the car park.
Did it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, in the police car park, floating about in the water.
To be fair, I need to update a lot of my old descriptions and things. I'm still being lazy, so all mine's just basic stuff. So.
Yeah, it was being flooded a couple of times, and I think that was the last time it got flooded. They decided to move out of there and just call it quits from that station.
There's a question for you guys. That was loud. Scared myself. So, do you guys ever like revisit a site years later and like do a re-record, or would you be doing something like that in the future? Do you reckon it's worth it, or is it?
Go on, Gav. Let you answer that one.
I either go back to some places. Months on, I've done the same place a couple of times.
What I mean by that is like in terms of, all right, obviously your skills have got better now, you know how to film better, and you've learned new techniques and other things like that. So sometimes is it worth going back and filming the place again, even though you don't have like, for me, whenever I go to a place, it's like the first impression of a place.
Yeah.
And then, do you know what I mean? I don't generally go back unless it's absolutely gigantic and it takes a couple of times to do it. So.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's some places I want to go back to maybe next year. Definite revisits, yeah. Just to see how the decay's progressed and things like that. Plus, yeah, got a better camera now, got a better drone now, so yeah, I'll certainly be going back to places. I want to go back to Germany, but with all this current lockdown stuff, it's difficult, you know.
Take me.
Take you what and put you as hand luggage.
Just put me in a bag, I don't care.
I want to go back.
Like, I went to Berlin, I was supposed to go and do some explores. I went by myself and I was like, yeah, well, I'm going to go and explore, I'm going to do stuff and everything like that. And I went and I actually have a video, I've never released it, but I decided I was going to walk to Spree Park. I was quite about an hour away. I'm like, oh, an hour's walk or whatever, cool. And then I get lost and it starts going dark and I'm in the middle of this German ghetto. And I'm talking a rough area, it was bad. Lights are going down, I'm in the middle of nowhere and I'm going to turn back now. And then I spent 3 days getting drunk. Didn't go anywhere. So I need to go back to Berlin.
Yeah. There's a few places that I'd like to go back to. Most of them that I've done in the past is before the Urbex, and they're not there no more. And some of the places, like you say, get demolished and you can't get back to and do them. But yeah, I think there's a few places that I will be going back to, and a few places that obviously I won't be going back to. And it depends on the place as well, how big and interesting it is. Like you say, you don't have to be massive. It's got to be interesting enough to draw you back there and show you stuff that you don't know or you missed the first time. So that's my opinion on it as well.
I mean, guys, what about the storm drain? Are you going back in there?
Yeah, that will be a next one this year, hopefully. That's a one to go back to. Urban Lad, it's your turn to answer that question, and then we'll go to Matt after you.
Yeah, I'd go. There's quite a few places I want to go back to. I'd like to go back to the aeroplane place, the one down at Heathrow. I don't know why it's echoing. I can hear myself. I can hear my voice. But yeah, I'd like to go back there because I don't think I saw everything. There's a mansion I did down in South that I want to go back to that had 72-inch TVs on the wall that still worked, and that was an awesome place with that. I want to just go there so I can sleep at night, you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, there's quite a few places I want to go back to. Yeah. Hello, everybody in the chat, by the way, that's said hello.
But you wouldn't go to every single one that you've done, would you?
No,
Just
I wouldn't do every
ones.
single one because I mean, some are, for choice of better word, shit, aren't they? You know what I mean? And you go there, you video it, you document it, and it's done, and then you move on to the next one. But there's some that have had such a good time, like Megatron, that under Sheffield. That is just an amazing place. I love that. You know what I mean? It's really good. I could go there all the time because I just love being underground. I just want to start.
Take me. I want to go. I haven't been yet.
Yeah, well, hopefully in summer, buddy. I'm going back. But
well, let's go in the winter.
I've got a boat, so I can put boats in water.
We're walking. It doesn't matter. Like, we'll just swim. We'll be alright.
With the Megatron, though, you've got like a couple of ways in there, haven't you? So it's different all the time.
Yeah, I mean, next time I go, I want to go sort of like in the way that we went, and then I want to go up and check that other river out where the rivers join. I want to check that other bit out there, you know what I mean? But I mean, that's going to happen. That is going to happen. But as for other explores, yeah, there's some shit ones. But when you go to a good explore, it's nice to. I want to go back and not film anything really, because when you go back, when you're filming all the time, you're looking at your camera. You're concentrating on what your camera's doing. You're not concentrating on what's around you. You're not enjoying it as much. You know what I mean? And it's like,
yeah,
I think that when you, it's not be nice to go back just to experience it, you know, without cameras. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true. That I often don't sort of experience stuff until I'm editing it, and I've been there filming it, and I've just not really seen much because I'm just looking at the camera all the time.
Yeah, I think that's slightly different for me because I don't feel like that, because half the time I'm not even paying attention to my camera. I'm literally just, I hold it up like that, and occasionally I've kind of got it in line with my face. I'm just talking, literally going with it, if that makes sense. So
yeah.
The only reason why I've occasionally, and I've not even really revisited places, is to literally update my thumbnails. So it's like to make things just seem a bit more smoother in the channel from the way that I first started to now how everything's progressed.
And what about you, Matt? Or have we answered the question for you? Is it pretty much the same?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's some places I went to years ago where I didn't have a good camera. I'd like to go back and be able to do it in high def. But there's the biggest one really is Burlington. I think the chances of me getting down there anytime soon is remote to nothing, you know, because they just don't let anyone in that sort of place now. Underground Redlow Manor, you know, the big 25 miles of underground tunnels they've got there. I would like to go and do that, because when I did it, I probably had about 5-10 minutes of footage of me in there because the camera didn't hold a charge, you know, and it was just one of those. So I got about 10 minutes of me. I'm just sort of like introducing, look, here we are underground, like that. And then that's it, camera, dunk. And that we walked around for hours, but no film of it, you know. It's like, so I've got these memories in my head of actually being there. And I've seen other people's footage and I'm like, yeah, I walked down there. I know that way. I know where I went, but I want to be there to actually film it myself. And the trouble is as well, I don't think anybody's ever filmed it really well. A lot of people have used crappy cameras and low res and all sorts of stuff. And I just want to do it really well and like do it 360, do it high def 4K and possibly also 3D as well, you know, just like walk it, then walk it again, then walk it again, do it 3 times, you know, and get it all in there. Or set up a massive rig and walk with a rig, you know, with 3 cameras on it at once, just do it once. That'd be sensible, but yeah.
Yeah, it would be a good place to get in there, but like you say, they're reusing it now, so it's got to be like you can't get in. Talking to that place, what happened to them 2 in the red door, them 2 explorers? Have you heard anything or found out who it was? Or
no, I just forget. Oh, sounded weird then, didn't it? I'm hearing myself again. Anyway, yeah, it sounded like some people had got arrested, but we heard this rumor, but we never found out who it was. They didn't want to bring out information on it until they'd decided whether they were going to prosecute or something. And I forget now, it's going back such a long way. And there was also there was a bunch of lads who went across on a boat to Red Sands forts as well, and they went on the fort. When they came back, their boat wasn't there, so they had to call for the Coast Guard to come and get them off there. But it's like I don't even know. Nobody found out who that was, you know. So there's another mystery. You know, who the hell was that? Who were they? I'd love to find out.
Suppose if it goes wrong and they're ashamed of calling them out, they won't release a video, will they?
That's
Keep
true, yeah.
Unless it goes in the papers or something, it gets released that way.
I've got a good topic for us to talk about. What do you think about the whole thing about criminalising trespass? They're talking about it and debating it 21st of April, something like that.
Yeah, I believe they are, but it's only aspects of trespassing that's been changed, I believe. And for more information, I think Matt knows more.
Well, I think, from what I've heard, is it might affect us in terms of what we do in some ways. No.
It's mostly to do. Oh, go ahead.
Buddy. No, you do it, buddy.
It seems to be and I've heard this because people are freaking out about it now, saying, what's this bill, because they had the riots in Bristol. So it's being talked about a lot, and everyone is saying the same thing. The trespass thing is to do with travellers. It's to do with people who set up encampments on sites, and then very hard to get rid of them. And so basically they're going to, it doesn't sound like good news for travellers, because they are not going to like what's just about to happen. But I mean, I've seen some really ropey traveller sites at times where they get a bit criminal in the local neighbourhood and start, causing shit. And basically they big themselves up like, don't come near us because we will take you on. Like, this sort of like there's an air of menace around some of these sites. And so everyone's afraid, and everybody's like, they don't know what to do. And it takes forever to go through the courts to get an injunction or a removal order, and then they can be moved on. And then all they do is they move a couple of miles down the road, and then they set up there, and it carries on and on and on. I mean, some people say these people have got the right to live in these places like that, and other people say, well, actually, I don't like having my house broken into and my wheels stolen and everything else off. It can be a problem. Not always. Not all travellers are like that. Shouldn't tar everybody with the same brush, but it's about that, and it's about saying that more than one car on a site will now be considered a traveller site, so they can move them on. Now, that's not going to affect urbexes, but because it comes under trespass, everyone's been saying, oh, that's going to mean urbexes are going to get kicked out of buildings and we're all going to get criminally done. It's not about that. It's not directed at that. I don't think we have anything to worry about at all.
There was only one thing with that, though, and I think the one thing that I read was that unless you can prove why you are on a site for good reason, that was the one bit that stuck out to me, then you it's kind of the equivalent of aggravated. I can't remember exactly which bit I read about that, but that's what I got from that. And the only extra thing with that is, I mean, I've always generally had good interaction with the police, only a few times and whatnot. You do occasionally get those police officers that don't know things properly, and they just quote vagrancy acts and all kinds of random stuff. And I think it might lead to an extra, well, you know what I mean? A bit of it's a criminal act now, blanket statement kind of thing. And I think that's the thing that we need to be looking out for.
I mean, I did look into it, and it didn't seem like that was going to happen. There is a lot of vagueness in other parts of the Act, which is a problem, because they say that somebody can now be done for being aggravating, which is like, they can turn around and say, well, you're aggravating because you broke wind, you're aggravating because of this or that. And they can and it's so wide that people are saying you can't just say aggravating, because you're not saying in which way aggravating, which way is this meant to go? Because otherwise the police, anytime they don't like look at somebody, they say, oh, you're aggravating. You can't do that. It's just too wide. But with the trespass thing you were saying about turning it aggravated in that respect, they could use this aggravated using the word, and saying, well, you being here on this site exploring is aggravating somebody, But they would have to come up with a person, because I mean, just saying, well, it's aggravating us, the police, that doesn't count. They'd have to say somebody is aggravated. They'd have to back it up. You know, they have to say, well, we've had a complaint from somebody.
That's the thing there. Like half the time, most places are completely derelict and abandoned. Then you've got other ones where you have close by, let's say a farmer or somebody that might own the land, or a neighbour or something like that, which leads to that kind of thing. So I think at the moment, I mean, if it does go the way that it might go, it just means it's going to go more underground. People are going to, it's going to go less urban in terms of cities are going to be a bit more off limits unless you know that you're not going to really get disturbed, and it's going to go more rural, and you're going to be going down into Scotland more.
I think as well, remember that the idea behind the act is it's for what to do with people who will not leave. Okay. So the whole idea of aggravated trespass is if you refuse to leave, then it becomes aggravated. Yeah. So in the same way with travellers, what they're saying is, well, they're saying they've got a right to be there. And when we ask them, will they leave? They go, no, I've got a right to be here. Now, they won't have that right in the future because they'll say, you must leave. But provided they leave quickly, then it won't lead to any other charges. If the police say, you must leave now, otherwise we will arrest you, if they get in their car and leave there and then, they won't arrest them. So it's one of those things. It's kind of like same with explorers. If we're in a building and the police get called, if we leave, we're not in their hair. There's not really anything to speak about.
Depends on what police force you deal with as well. I've noticed that in certain areas they're a bit more heavy-handed, and do you know what I mean? Other areas are very relaxed and chilled. So I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes down. But
if they want to get you, they'll just arrest you like they did with us and say you're vagrants. That's what they did. They said we're vagrants. What, with cameras and night vision?
1604. It was this guy mentioning me. 1604 Vagrancy Act. And I'm like, I'm not bedding down for the night, mate.
You know, I'm like, where's our bedding? You know, I've got a dog in my car over there. Like, you know, I've come from Wiltshire. Like, you know what? I come down like to Torquay to be a vagrant. You know, it's a sort of it's a new fashion thing. Like, you know, we wear dirty clothes and we become vagrants for the day.
That's how it is.
Right.
It's crazy.
But trespassers, when you just, if you're walking across a public footpath on a farm and you step off the footpath and walk across the field to do a shortcut, that's classed as trespass too. So that's one of the reasons why it hasn't come up yet, because of ramblers basically that just take a shortcut. They're trespassing, you know what I mean? It's not.
Another thing to look out for there is like a lot of things that I notice is like in general when I'm like promoting myself and doing what I do and all the other things, you'll always have the people that are setting the ways, and it's you're a criminal. You're committing a criminal act, and they don't understand. They'll get it. And my response is, well, it is actually a civil issue. It's nothing to do. It's not a criminal act. It's nothing to do with the police and all the other things. So that's, I think, is going to demonize us a bit more as well down the line.
I've got a question for you, Matt. Now, when they tried to arrest you or arrested you for fragrancy or whatever it's called, did they ask where you live?
Yeah.
So that contradicts themselves, doesn't it? Because if you know where you're living, if you live where they arrested you, obviously you're one of them. But if you've got another place you live, you're not doing that, are you?
I mean, they arrested us for vagrancy, then they questioned us on whether we'd broken in and done all sorts of stuff, and we said no. I mean, and they were like, well, you know, there was no lock on this door. And I said, well, I don't know what door you're on about, because we came in through an upstairs window. So, you know, and they were like, oh, and you know, it just none of it made a lot of sense. And the police officer who was there said, I've never heard anybody in my 18 years be done for vagrancy, you know. So he said, this is weird. You know, and he even said that to us in the interview. He said, this is a bit bizarre, you know. And it's just because they can. I mean, the police can do stuff like this. They just like, oh, we'll just throw this at you, you know, to get you in and arrest you, and then we'll just give you a hard time. You know, we just throw anything out there. We don't care. They can.
That's it.
Well, that's why films are best friend.
Burglary.
Well, they said, what did they say? I can't remember now. It was something to do with. I don't know whether they seemed to think that we'd broken in there, and I said, well, I've got footage of how we came in.
It's well,
no, we weren't. That's all we had on us was cameras.
Hey, they were asking me questions about
a night vision, a camera, and torches.
The guys asked me questions like, "Why have you got gloves? It's cold, mate. Why have you got lights? It's dark. Do you know what I mean? Why else? I've got nothing else on me."
Yeah, and they picked this up, and the guy, the police officer, put it down in the thing as camera tripod. So he thinks you hold it like that and you put a camera on it. No, it's a camera, mate. It's a camera. That's the camera. Look, it's a camera.
Yeah, I thought it was a camera tripod.
But he never bothered to look at the footage. So I'm just waiting to see if they want to take this on. Because if they want to take it on, I'm just going to wait till the last minute, and I'm going to go, so do you want to see our footage then, or what? Because it actually shows us walking in, and you bloody idiots haven't didn't look at our SD cards. You didn't even realise that what I had was a camera, and now you're trying to trump it up.
That's always the
and it's
case,
like,
isn't it?
It's like if they try it on, I'll just release the footage, and it'd be like, right. So what part of climbing up a staircase on the outside of the building, finding an open window and climbing through that open window, what part of that is breaking in? It's not breaking in. And it's like they said that we'd taken a lock off the front door, the same door they kicked in, by the way, because they had to kick their way through.
Then arrested you for breaking in.
They arrested us for breaking in after they kicked the door in and told us that there was no lock on the door and they had to kick it in. And I said to them, I said, so if there's no lock on the door, why couldn't you just get in? And they said, oh well, there's no lock on the door, but we had to kick it in. I'm like, so there's no lock on the door, but you had to kick it in. I don't understand.
It doesn't make any sense, does it?
No. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, if is it locked or is it unlocked? If there's no lock on the door, then you can go straight in.
That's it.
Exactly.
So I don't know.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, someone says, what happens if you take a pair of ladders? Isn't that going equipped? Well, if you're going to go in there and it's an abandoned place, you're not breaking in. It's only a safety device, so you don't hurt yourself.
I mean, I'm in two thoughts about that because I've always worried that if I ever took ladders with me, it can be used, seen as a tool. That's why I'm a climber. I'm a free climber, so I will literally find things on the site to make up my own makeshift ladder, if I can do, to an open entrance, or I will free climb and I'll climb up a building if it's possible. It's always covering my back. I'm filming everything that I do.
But like I say, it is for safety really, and your safety, you know what I mean, than anything. Because they're saying you don't go in places like this because they're dangerous, you can hurt yourself, and the ambulances get called, the emergency service gets called. But if you take your own safety equipment and make sure you're safe, that'll stop them from getting called out in the first place.
I mean, I do get that. The only difference with that is, I think, for me, it's all about minimizing anything they can potentially use against me, regardless of how little it is. And the only reason why I'm like that is because there's the famous case of the guy that went and did the subways in London. And he was a big guy, and he was documented, and all he got done for was taking a screw out, which is still tools and lab, when he put it back. And he admitted that and everything like that, but that's one of the things they try to do him with. And it's just little things like that, even though, I mean, I've never done that anyway, but it's the whole little things, anything they will use against you, regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
But he's gone equipped because he's actually taken a screwdriver.
That bit is, and that's different. This is before all the big rules were in place, so this is where it was a real grey area. Before, this is how it's all got defined, and that's how the whole take photograph, leave footprints comes into place. It's because of this guy. And essentially, it's it all stems from 1970s San Francisco and the whole urbex scene around there. So this is all through a period of time where the rules, if you can say that, have been defined. It's for me, like I said, it's about minimizing everything possible that anybody can use against you. To say, right, you've taken these ladders, so you've gone in for the attempted burglary, even though that's up top floor, you'd still have to make a way in, etc., etc. Because, like I said, some police don't give a shit; they don't care, and they will use, will use anything, and they'll still hold you and do whatever.
Yeah, I suppose it's intent as well. Going equipped with something, saying that you're walking from your car across the car park to your car with a sledgehammer. The police see you, they nick you. You're getting done for going equipped. Wait 1 minute, officer. I've just came out of B&Q. My intentions is to put this sledgehammer in my car.
That's why you've got to put the axe in the bag. You can't just go out with your ex.
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying. You can actually have something for going equipped, but it's on the intention what you're going equipped for to do.
That's the grey area, and the police don't care about that. It's about, I'll get you now, and then we'll prove that later.
That's it. That's the grey area, and as far as they're concerned, they've done their job, and it's gone on to the next stage where they'll see you in court, and it's up to them to judge whether it was a criminal intention to do that, to break the law or not.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it, and that's the whole point for me. Is before any possibility ever going to court, regardless if it ever proceeded that way in anything that I do, I minimise that completely. Yeah.
Yeah, but also it's like saying you've gone there equipped with your camera to get into that place, or a light.
Documented, unless it's the standard excuse. The standard things is, why are you taking your light? It's dark.
Yeah,
why
it's for safety. Like you just said, it's dark. It's for your safety. But why am I taking a pair of ladders so I don't fall climbing up that wall?
The only thing is,
ladders.
The only thing is, if you get called on a burglary charge or a suspected burglary charge, they can use that as potential intent. And that's the difference with that. Even with the gloves, I mean, they questioned me a lot on those gloves, and I was like, well, it is cold. It's night. It's cold. I'm having the gloves on. What?
Yeah.
Plus, when you're climbing... Yeah, sorry. When you're climbing, anybody on a building site will tell you you're not allowed on a building site these days unless you have gloves. They give them out, and if you're caught without having your gloves on, it's like, it could be disciplinary or sackable if you keep doing it. So you've got to have a hard hat, and you've got to have your gloves. Gloves are to stop your hands getting scratched, because when you're climbing things or going through bushes or anything like that, you end up getting your hands scagged. And that's why I wear gloves, is because I just don't want my hands getting wrecked, as well as it being, cold and things like that. But I mean, it's literally to stop yourself getting mangled. So they can't use that excuse that you shouldn't have gloves, because by building laws, regulations, more people should be wearing gloves, really. It's like walking around the street. You fall over, you're gonna cut your hand, you're gonna graze your hand. You have gloves on, you fall over, you're not gonna graze your hand.
I agree, but it's like, while they were questioning, it's all about trying to find that intent behind it. And like I said, as soon as they find a little loophole, that's how it works. And that's the thing. It's like minimizing that completely, and make sure you've got an answer for everything, a reason for everything, behind everything that they can't use against you. I'm gonna go to the toilet anyway, so just have fun.
Yeah, no worries.
Is that the fourth precept? Then you've got to have a good reason for everything, know what everything, and then go to the toilet. I'll remember that one. Thanks.
Matt, you go to the toilet everywhere you go anyway, don't you?
Yeah, I do, actually. I was going to say, that's one of the things I don't do, is I don't show whether I'm flushing the toilet or not on film, because 9 times out of 10 there's no water in the toilet anyway, so you let your imagination go where you want with that one. But if there was, I wouldn't be showing that I'm using anything, because abstraction of electricity, like if you go into a building and you turn the lights on, well, you're stealing electric there. Now some people have said, oh yeah, but that's just normal behavior to turn a light on. Well, it is if it's your property and you own it and it belongs to you. But if you are causing somebody to lose money, you've taken something, you're costing them something by being there, then that is the fine line between, non-aggravated and aggravated. You're doing something which is costing money, by being there. So therefore they could say that you're stealing the electric, and the term is abstraction of electric. So never pick anything up, put it in your pocket, never, make yourself a cup of tea like Ali Law did. He got hiked off a plane when he was going to Norway or something like that. He was going to some far-flung country, and they went on the plane with like loads of police officers and grabbed him out of his seat and arrested him because he made a cup of tea when he was on an Explore. And as he said to them, if they'd asked me, I would have told them I bring tea bags with me. So if we ever see anything, but the thing is, that still wouldn't have made any difference, because they'd have had him for the electric for turning the kettle on. Yeah.
Wow.
See?
Hey, Matt. Like you say, if you're like somewhere and they've got automatic lights when you're walking in,
that's different because you haven't made that happen by you just being there. I think it's different. It's when you go in there and turn the lights on, then you're making that happen simply by wandering along and accidentally the lights come on. Well, you weren't to know that. You weren't to know that,
it's
were
the
you?
same thing if someone's walking down the street and triggers your security light on. They're getting done for nicking your electric then. You know, it's not their fault. You're the one who put the sensor up there for it to activate when someone walks past. So really, like you say, they can't really have you for automatic lights that come on themselves.
It's a grey area, and I would rather not sort of like flush a toilet, even use water or any of those sorts of things, just in case, you know, they sort of say like, "Yo, you shouldn't have done that." You know, if you bring your tea bags and a water and a gas thing, and you can make your own tea in there, but film yourself doing it, because you don't want to be then sitting there with a cup of tea and they'll go, "Where do you get that tea from? He made that without stuff." And that's the way these security guards and owners work. They look at things from a point of view of, what are they doing with our stuff? What are they doing with our stuff? That's the way they think. You know, it's all about property and ownership and what are you costing them and all this sort of stuff. I go slightly off topic here before I forget. Did you see the footage of the guy who went into, it was a sort of pseudo urbex. He went into this house in the United States to go and check the place out, and he said he was thinking of buying the place, so he thought he'd go in and have a look, you know. So he walked around, and a big knife came down. It had been booby trapped. A knife came down on the stairs, and it'd been booby trapped. So if he'd walked up the stairs, he'd have had a knife straight in the chest. And the whole place had been booby trapped. The whole house had been booby trapped. That wasn't the only thing. There was a number of other things as well. And it was a TV report showing that this place had been booby trapped to kill people. But luckily, he wasn't killed.
I think I watched that like a long time ago, like a while ago.
It's an old one, is it?
I think the rules are different in America, though, aren't they? You're allowed to do stuff like that on your own property.
It's criminal. It's all criminal in America.
You are allowed to defend yourself against somebody, but you're not allowed to set it up so that you can attack somebody when you're not in threat yourself. Because until you know, say somebody comes into your house and you go like, leave, and they leave, well, you don't really have a right to shoot them. But if they won't leave and they start coming towards you, then you've got a justification to say you felt under threat, then you could attack them. What you can't do is you can't set up a weapon to go off in your house when you're not there, because you're not under any risk. There's no risk to you.
Stand your ground law, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I would imagine, I'm not certain, but I mean, I would imagine that's the way the law works. But, you know, you can't have electric fences that are going to kill people. You can't have them. You know, you can have things that might give somebody a little jolt, but you can't have these. It's a myth about the electric fences. The only people who can have high voltage electric fences are the military. And if anybody else had somebody electrocuted on their electric fence, they'd be done for manslaughter, you know, or murder.
ALW, have you ever came across a farmer's electric fence?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, loads, yeah.
Have you ever got a shock off one?
They're easily identifiable if you know what you're looking for, because we've got insulators on the posts, but they're usually only 12 or 24 volts, so it'll give you a buzz, but they won't hurt you as such. They're generally for livestock.
There'll be more voltage than that. They'll be run off 12 volts, but they'll the transformers will have to turn that voltage much higher, because 12 volts, you can put 12 volts on your skin. It's not going to go through your body. It has to be much higher. But they just give you a little bang.
Yeah, it's like a
tick like that.
It's unpleasant, but it works. You know.
Yeah.
If you touch it on the incorrect place, it'd hurt more. But
we had a farmer come into where I used to work and basically asked for a few batteries. So we said, how many you want? So he said about 20. Bought 20 batteries off us. We was like, what do you want them for? He says, I'm a farmer. I want them to put around my land for my fence, basically. I said, is that how it works, your electric fences? He says, yeah, they just connect up to a 12-volt battery with, in like a little box we put somewhere out of the way. And off it goes. And every a few days, we'll swap them over and charge them up then. And that's why he wanted so many batteries.
It's not too bad unless if you put water on somewhere and you touch it, then you're going to get more of an effect. If you've got really well insulated boots and stuff like that, you might not get much of a shock at all. But if you're standing there right against the ground in bare feet with wetness on your skin, it's probably going to hurt, but it's not going to kill you.
Yeah.
It's just inconvenient.
I've seen a clip on YouTube where a few kids were stood on like buckets, and one was holding the fence, and nothing was happening. They're all holding hands like that, and one's holding the fence. So the one on the end decides to put the foot down so everyone gets a shock, and that was quite funny. That was on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah,
I used to make electric shockers at school. You get a transformer out of a tape recorder or some device, just a little transformer, and you put a 9-volt battery on it, and then you get everyone to hold the high volt side of it, so it transfers. What would it be like? 9-volt up to 240. What would that be? I don't know. It's probably about 1,000 volts or something like that. But it's very small current at that point. But what happens is when you connect it, nobody gets a shock. When you disconnect it, they get the shock, and it's something to do with the electromotive force, because it's something like it's when it goes away, that's when the kick goes through the transformer. But when you connect it, everyone's getting all that volts going around the whole group. You can get everyone to hold hands, and it's when you take it off, that's when you get the shock. Yeah, I got bollocked for that. I got in big trouble. Headmaster said to me, "You don't really know what you're doing with this, do you?" And I said, No, but I've experimented on myself before I brought it into school. I said, it's all right, like it's all right. And he goes, "Yeah, but do you know what?" And he was the person. He said, "Do you know what's actually causing it?" And I said, "No, I just know it's the power's going down. It's high voltage." And he said, "It's the electromotive force. It's the kickback you're getting. That's what's causing it." And I was, "Oh, great, thank you. Now I can tell everybody how I'm electric shocking them now."
The theory behind the practice with it. Nice.
People used to love it. The kids used to love it. We get like about 50 people all around the yard, and they'd be like, "Go on, hold it." And everybody was like, "Oh, I don't want to." And they were like, "Go on, just hold it." No. And they were like holding the person's hand next to them. And then you wouldn't tell them when you're doing it. You'd go, "Ready, everybody?" And you do it. And then you're like, "Ah!" You just see like 50 people go, "Ah!"
Yeah.
It's great.
That's it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm going to have to go because I'm up early in the morning. So thank you very, very much for having me on.
Yeah,
thanks everyone in the chat, and see you all soon.
Thanks for coming on and showing your face and having a chat and chilling out.
Yeah.
Much
appreciated. Very welcome.
All the best, Andrew.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bye, everyone.
Take care.
Goodbye. Please go out and check his channel out if you haven't already checked him out, and subscribe to him if you can. If you want to, that is. Great. Cool. That's ALW's Expiration channel.
Nice.
And then there was 5 of us.
So has anybody got any fun plans coming up?
I've got someone coming out on the panel.
We can't talk about it though. I have, yeah, but I have to give you clues.
I'm looking forward to getting my Baltic water.
Wait, sit the vote you're talking about, mate.
Oh God.
Hello.
Stalker, here he is. He's a stalker.
Oh, I heard you say. Speaking about. Joking. How was everyone?
Not too bad.
Pretty good.
Not bad.
He's been patient and sat there all this time waiting since my phone was messing up, so it'd be rude not to have him in.
But I've been wondering why an Axeman, you'd let an Axeman on the show.
might be playing a saxophone. They call them Axemen as well.
His axe is not big enough to hit me from here.
Yeah.
I got my collection of axes, which I can't use.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
I did have a letter about the COVID fines today, right? I've had another COVID fines. That's my second COVID fines come through. I should have had 3, right? But I haven't had the third one yet. So anyway, the first one, I wrote back to them and I said, here's my YouTube earnings. It's definitely work. Yeah. So like, leave me alone. And they just written back to me and they said, right, we're sending this forward to the court then. So they're going to send it to court, right? I mean,
Wow.
I've shown them the evidence, and they're like, nope, court. So they're just like the police. The thing is, the police say that. They say, we're not interested in what you've got to say. Just let the court deal with it. And they're like that, yeah? So now it's like the body, ACRO or whatever they're called, that are dealing with this. You know, they don't want to get involved. They're all bouncing it straight up to court. And you know what's happening when people go to court? Gets kicked out. So it's a waste of court's time.
Public
So
money again.
we're at that stage. We're at that stage now. So I thought I'd just let you know. So I got one waiting and one that needs to go to court. So I'm not going to pay the one that's waiting. I'm just going to just let it go, and then just say, well, refer to the fact that I'm supposed to be going to court. Screw you.
Not you.
I've been lucky. I haven't been caught yet.
Sorry,
to be fair, though, I'm smarter than some people. Like I know a few friends that have had COVID fines and all the other stuff, and they're going out in like fucking groups of 7. I'm messing about. You're like,
yeah,
he's smarter than the average beard.
Well, I try to be. But you're like, wait, and then they're hitting high risk areas, and you're like, what are you doing?
It's the beard row. It's the row of bearded weirdies.
So the X-Men can't be joining there. I mean, it's getting there, but you need a little bit more, just a little bit.
Do you see this in 6 months?
All right, then we'll talk. We'll talk in 6 months about it.
I need to shave this off, and it's the row of the baldies, then.
I need to shave this off. I need to shave this off. Yeah.
Being in reality, in 6 months, you look like Taffy.
Hey, it's ridiculous. I'm down here now. I think this is about 6.5, maybe.
I ain't having Taffy's beard
down there. It just grows too fast. My hair is ridiculous. This is like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
So's mine. Hold on.
Oh, I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
Let me just do what you've just done.
Yeah. Oh my God! Look at those!
I love that hair.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah. Mine's bad. Well, I thought mine was bad, but I feel better now seeing someone else's longer than mine.
Hey, that's why I wear the hat.
Do you think wearing the bald cap, I can be down here and up there at the same time?
No.
Well, no, because I've got a beard and bald, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can be in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle.
Look at that. Look at that there.
Has anybody ever used...
So shiny. So shiny. Woof.
Get sunglasses out.
Anybody on here ever used to be like a shaver, like a proper electric shaver with a number 1, number 2 and all that to like clean off their genital hair? And if you don't have the have you ever done that? I know it can get nasty. It can get nasty. Oh. Because if you don't have the thing, like the spacer on it, like for number 1 or whatever, and you just start going at it, and it like catches the skin, and so it's like going, and then it's so like all of a sudden it goes, and it just like, Jesus,
fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
And then when you put aftershave on later on, it's like,
no. I have done that for fun, but I wouldn't do it normally. Yeah. I've tried putting aftershave in my nether regions just to see what it would do, and it was pretty bad. And then we ended up, it was a thing then in school, we should throw it on each other's crotches, and it goes through. It doesn't matter if you've got your trousers and your underpants on, it just makes its way through. The vapor just goes through, and it absolutely, people dancing around like, yeah. So always test it on myself first, though, before inflicting it on others.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's absolutely crazy. I've never heard anything like it. Flicking aftershave on crotches, that's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah. Old Spice, isn't it? Absolutely.
Old Spice. Bit of brew.
Yeah.
What do they call it?
Yeah.
Oh,
so you don't want to get that anywhere near your privates, really.
Oh no, it's like rail jacks. or
yeah.
roll jacks or whatever they call it, or deep heat.
Deep heat.
You don't want to spray that on your balls.
No.
Nine on my balls.
Yeah.
That's bonkers.
Has anybody noticed that people have been putting jokes in the chat?
Yeah, no, been cracking away, haven't they?
Yeah, we've been chatting.
Some of them have been quite cool, actually, haven't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's
I'm really bad at reading the chats, to be honest. I'm very bad at it.
Talking about electric fences, a place I go in Ireland to deliver glass. This guy, he every year he buys 2 bulls, and they go in the field at the side of his house. Well, his dog runs off, and it won't come back. So it's got one of these collars on, and he's got a wire around the actual garden to stop it from getting from leaving. Because if it tries to leave, when it gets a meter to the wire, it electrocutes it, basically, which I don't agree with, but you know what I mean. So it gives it a shock, so it moves back. Anyway, at the side of his house, he's got a field, and he's got one of these electric fences for the bulls, so the bulls don't, leave this bit of land. Anyway, his dog, he told me this guy, and his dog once, he went up to him as if to say, "Oh, Dad, I've dropped my ball." You know what I mean? His ball was under, just past the electric thing for the dog to get a shock, and under the where the bull would get a shock. So he said, I dropped down on my knees and that like that, and I was like going down forward, and I reached right for it like this, and he says, the bastard, it got me nose. That's what I got from an Irish man telling me with a really strong Irish accent as well. But it because he was reaching forward, it got a belt off the bull one. But by the way, his dog, if anybody leaves the gate open in his garden as well, the dog can get away because it knows that if it sets off running from the house, that by the time it goes over the wire part, it can be out of the gate and away from it before it gets electrocuted. Like, what?
See, out of that story, all that makes me think is, right, I need to get an electric shock collar and have some fun and see what I can do.
Yeah.
Right, guys.
I think they're banned in the UK. They're banned in the UK now.
Yeah.
We cheered off, guys. Just let you get you up.
Yeah.
Right, I'm off. I gotta get up in the morning for work. So cheers for having me on, I will, and I'll catch you guys soon.
And when do you put your videos out? Every Monday, did you say?
Every Monday, yeah.
Any set time, or is it random times?
No, it's about 7 o'clock normally.
Cool.
No worries, buddy.
Thanks very much, Gav. Coming up, much appreciate it.
You as well. No problem.
Don't be a stranger on my channel.
I won't, but.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Oh, guys.
All the best, Gav.
Night, buddy.
I got to go and get a tablet. I'll be back now.
Yeah, no worries. As long as it's not an Apple one, because they're rubbish, I believe. There's other ones about.
I've got Apple.
Coffee in a
I've got an iPad. Is that what you mean by rubbish?
Yeah.
I've got an iPad mini, but I only bought it to fly my drone with.
Yeah.
Bigger.
It's better a big tablet though. You can see more, can't you? With it.
Yeah, you can. I mean, my missus has got the big iPad. You know what I mean? But it won't fit in my older, and they don't do an older big enough. Because you're like holding it like this.
Is that the 12
down, like, yeah, the big one.
I've got that one.
The Pro. It is a cool thing. She's got that's it. Yeah, she's got the the pencil. Is it the pencil? Yeah. Have you got the pencil?
On.
Have you got the iPencil?
I want to get it, but it's expensive.
Yeah, she bought the iPencil, and she's had it customized. So, like on a normal pencil, it says HB. Well, on my missus's pencil, it says like a name, Michelle. on it.
Well, that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It was like an extra like 40 quid or something. I don't know, but you know what I mean. But it is.
What is an
she said
iPencil?
it's basically the. I mean, like my phone that I've got here. I've got a stylus thing that comes out the bottom.
Yes,
And it's
right, so
basically that for an iPad. It's basically one of them, and it sticks on the iPad on the side. You put it on top of your iPad there, and it like charges up and everything. It's like brilliant. But she uses it for gaming and stuff, and she's like,
you can use it for like drawing and tapping things.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically the equivalent of a real pencil, but you wouldn't use a real pencil on the screen. You'd use one with a little plastic top on.
Yeah.
If I would have got
It's
that
like-
pen, I'd have to stick it in the port.
Yeah, I use the. I tried to use my fingers, but my fingers are like pig's tits. So you know what I mean. I just can't. They're just too big for the neatness of it. You know what I mean.
Can't you use a normal stylus thing to do it?
No,
Stylus
I think it's because you don't have to touch the screen with the iPencil. It's like just have to be neat. Like the one in this the Note 10. It only has to be next to it. I mean, I could put this phone down, and I could set it somewhere, walk into a room, and press the button, and it will take a picture of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is quite a good thing, but I never take it out, and I just don't use it. I don't know why. Well, I do because it's a bigger screen. I'm like nearly blind. You know what I mean?
So can you use the iPencil on the table? Write something on the table and it comes on the screen?
No.
Not that far away.
It's just it looks like a pencil. It sounds like a golf, but it's just a fake pencil.
And it only works with Apple.
Yeah.
And yeah. And they charge you big bucks for it. 40 quid just for your name.
No, I think it's
a bit more than that.
£99. I think it's £99
about 100 quid,
for
isn't
the
it?
actual, for the actual pencil. But she paid, I think it was 40 quid extra for a name putting on it or something.
Yeah.
Take it easy,
Customised
Cal.
one.
But I said to her, what happens when they bring the new one out and you want to sell your old one? It's got your name on it. And she went, well, I'll have to sell it to someone called Michelle, won't I?
Scratch it out.
Well, I suppose you can't say out because she let you buy your boat stunt set, don't she?
Yeah, please don't mention boats because she doesn't know I've got them. No, she does know. Yeah, well, one of them was parked at her mum's house.
Oh, right, fair enough.
I've got two boats, buddy. I've got two.
Where did you sell it?
I don't. A minute.
Good point, actually. I need to do that.
don't get mad onto it.
Set reminder for tomorrow for boats.
All right, boat. This will be for tomorrow. At what time?
12 midday.
Okay.
This is my
I'll
boat.
remind you tomorrow at noon.
There we are. I got to go and clean up my boat. I got 3 boats.
Oh shit!
3 boats? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Like,
my boat.
what kind of boats are we talking about? Are we talking like rowboats? Are we talking like speedboat? Or are we talking just boat?
I got one sort of what you call to be like a pseudo speedboaty type thing. It's called a rib, but it's got rubber around the edge, sort of like inflatable
like
rubber.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's I've got a smaller one which is made out of rubber, so it's a flat bottom one, so it doesn't really come out of the water.
Okay.
And then I've got a really big one which can have 12 people on it. It's like a 12-person size boat, but
That's
it's
a
just
really
too
big one, Matt.
It's just really big, and I'm trying to get rid of it, but it's around my mate's house, and I've just left it for such a long time now. It's minging, so I've got to go round there, and I've got to try and clean it whilst at his place, but I haven't got no tools to clean it, so it's like, I just don't know what to do with it.
So what you're saying is boat party?
Take it to France. There's quite a few people that buy them just on the shoreline, and then wait for them over this side, take it off them, take it back, and sell it back to them.
Yeah,
Good way of doing it.
I could sail it to France, couldn't I, and sell it to somebody on the beach, and then just get a boat back over myself. Just go on a ferry.
They'd give you a lift back, wouldn't they?
Oh, stop
They'd
that.
just say, "Can I have it back now?"
No, they get about
Yeah,
30, they get 30 people on it, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My little boat that I've got, my little rubber one with the outboard, I'm going to be putting that up for sale this weekend because I just need shut of it out my garage now. It's like I've got no space in my garage, so I need to get rid of that. But me fiberglass one, I'm just gonna get the. I've got some lights for the roof, you know, the anchor point and then the port and starboard. I've got a mast thing that goes on top that lays down. It's got one on it already, but when I bought the boat, I put a cover over the top of it and I snapped it off. So I had to buy another one. So I'm going to rewire this light on it, and I've got some other bits to put on it.
If you're not very good with electrics, I'm good with rewiring stuff like that as well.
Oh yeah, I am quite good at stuff like that. But yeah, if you want to come over, buddy, and that, you know what I mean. I don't mind you throwing some wires on.
Have you got yourself your radio license, and have you got a radio?
I've got the radio, but I ain't got the license yet. I keep forgetting about that. But I bought the radio that I asked you, you know, the one that you told me to get. But I keep forgetting what to. You have to send me a link or something. Send me a link.
Wait, you need a license?
For a marine radio, but if it's a hand portable one of 5 watts, the license is free, and all you have to do is apply for it, and they give it to you. Right? It's Ofcom. So it's the Office of Communications. But if you want to go for the bigger 25 watt one, then you've got to pass a little exam, you know, which is basic, but you still have to pass it.
Knowing me, I'd just find a boat. I'd find a boat and I'd be like, right, off I go into the sea.
Yeah.
And what's the range difference between the 5 watt and the 25 watt, would you say?
Depends on the antenna. I mean, you're meant to only use it with the antenna that's been given. But if you were to put it onto a big antenna, that small one would go quite a good distance. You probably get about 10 miles out of it. But what you got to bear in mind is once you start going over horizons, if you're going long distances, the curve of the Earth is going to play havoc with your signal. So, you know, you want to be, you know, thinking about more power or higher antennas to get over the fact that the Earth is curving.
Don't tell the flat Earth.
What do you mean the Earth is curving? It's a flat Earth, didn't you know?
Yeah, that's right.
See that on motorway bridges? It's not you painting that on motorway bridges, is it?
I'm really bad. I haven't registered that. Right, I've got this, and this was about 2. And hang on, let me turn my blur mode off because you can't see otherwise. Like this is a PLB, and what you're doing if you're going far out to sea, you wear this or you have this on you, and if you fall overboard and you try your radio and you're not getting through to anybody on the radio, then you push the button on this and it goes to satellite, and then they'll send out people to come and get you.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, it's a bit like one of them expensive watches that you can buy, and you're not allowed to pull the string out.
No, because if you pull the string out to transmit, this is a similar thing. The antenna on this, actually, I can take it out and show it to you, but I haven't registered it. Here we are, look. That's the actual device, but the antenna is around the edge there. Look, it's around the edge. Okay, and what you're supposed to do is if you get an emergency, you pull this thing and the antenna comes out and you flip it up, and that's it. That's like the effect of the watch. That's the aerial there. But what you can do then is you just put it down, put it back, and then flip it back in. But it's got a test mode, and I can test it. Hang on.
Yeah, then it broadcasts the satellite, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, you'll see someone coming through the door in a minute.
Are you using a legal tracking device?
Here we are. Test mode. There we are. It says self-test pass.
Does it strobe as well when you're in the water?
It has a small light in it, but not a very big one.
You should start one of those pirate radios in the sea.
Yeah. You could. I mean, as long as you're 12 miles offshore, you can do what you want.
No man's world.
I'm sure there's been a film about that.
Yeah, I should register it. I've always wanted one of these. Now I've got it. I can't even be asked to register it. It's typical, isn't it?
I'm constantly buying stuff, and I'm like, oh, it just sits there.
Yeah.
You told me you advised me to get one of them as well, didn't you?
Well, if you're going to go long distance, right? I mean, if you're thinking of going out like many miles, then you're relying on like everyone's supposed to be on channel 16, so it's like a channel that everyone has to sit on, and that channel is to listen out for distress from other boats. But it's like a general communications channel. Once you've made contact, you move to another channel then. But if you've got boats nearby and you call emergency, right, and you can't get through to the Coast Guard, theoretically, somebody else in another boat should hear you if you're lucky and then relay your message. They probably have a more powerful transmitter, but it's one of those things, isn't it? It's just like, you got your mobile phone, that might work if you're lucky. You've got a radio, which is what you're supposed to use, and you could have one of those. I'm just all about sort of like what ifs, because if you fall in the sea, oof. And the other thing is, if you're not sure, get yourself a immersion suit as well. Now you're in a hard boat, yeah. So the concept is that you're probably not going to sink the boat because it's a hard bottom boat. But if you did spring a leak and it decided to go down, its survival time in the sea is like in the winter. I think you've got 4 minutes and you're dead. But with a survival suit on, you can get about an hour out of it. So that's an hour for them to get to you. Now, having a radio, you can tell them I'm in the sea, and they go, well, "Where are you?" And you go, "Well," and it's like you might be able to call up on your phone if your phone hasn't died from falling in the water. But if they don't know where you are, you can tell them you're there, but it's going to take them more than an hour to search back and forth to try and find you. So that's why the PLB is a good thing, because if you can turn that on, it transmits your location. And they can zero straight in on you. They won't mess around. Yeah.
Plus, you could drift within that time as well while they're searching for you, where that one keeps them up to date.
Yes, right.
How much are those devices?
I'll be back in a second. Just got to go out a second.
Yeah.
250 quid, I think. You might be able to get some cheaper ones, but I bought that one. Is a little bit more expensive because it tells you the battery status and what it's transmitting. So it tells you your location, so you could read that location out on the radio as well. So.
At some point, I want to check out those Red Sedan forts.
I do too. But it's if you can get there. I mean, it's not for the faint of heart. And as you heard, those people tied their boat up, and the boat wasn't there when they came back because, the waves and things and currents can be a bit of a thing. So.
I'll just swim back.
It might be a thing, Matt, where we go with two boats and then just like go out, leave one out at sea, and then go in on one, and then or even one just wait out at sea and film while they're doing, and then the other one go on. You know what I mean? Might have to do that, buddy.
I've got gravity.
We'll have to see what the conditions are like. The trouble is as well, when you anchor a boat up, you don't realize that, of course, the sea moves out and the sea moves in. Now, out at sea, it's imperceivable. You can't tell that. So, of course, when you pull up and you think, oh, there's no, it seems all right. It's not quite nice. So I just put my boat on you. You tie it up. And, of course, that could be between the tides. So there is no tide. It's halfway between it. So you think, oh, this is quite good. And then you climb up a ladder. And then when you're out then, the tides change and suddenly your boat's getting really pulled. But you're on, having great fun on board. You don't know what's going on, and then the boats get like something crazy's going on. And then by the time you come back down as well, the tides might have gone up or down. And depending on that, you may have tied it too close. And it just literally, it'll pull it under the water if you've tied it too close. The tide will come up, your boat will now just be pulled under the water. So there's so many things that when you start to play around with this, it's like you need margins for error,
So you need a backup rubber ring.
Yeah, you need a backup boat.
A donut.
Anchor.
Or Kaylee Coulson.
Yeah. But she realized, because I said that the Solent it's got high currents. And she realized then that once she got in the water, she could feel the currents. And she said, I'll swim to the boat. I said, no, you don't do that. Currents here are really strong. And, not like you get on the beach where you just feel the waves coming against you. It's like you jump in the water, 3 seconds later, you're over there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like bye. You literally just go whoop, away. That's serious. So you know, you'd have to, you know, hold on to a rope basically with that sort of stuff.
I've
Don't
got
be
a
messing
floatable
around with.
dinghy. That'll work.
Mm.
A floatable dinghy out there.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. You'll be like literally in the air.
Tell you
Yeah,
what,
but
bring me and just send me, and I'll just go. Just be like, off I
Swimming.
go. I'll jump and grab something.
Yeah.
It's not designed.
I want to do the them forts in the Solent as well. I really want to do them.
Mm.
Definitely. I mean, I'd rather do the one that was. I think it was your first one you did. The one that was like proper abandoned. It's like there's just, you know what I mean? That's cool, is that? Because I mean, the others are cool because they're all like all done and renovated, and no one's got no money to get there and do, you know, use it. But it's like that one, the first one was just like amazing. That bridge that you walked across and stuff. You know what I mean? It's just cool, is that? You know what I mean? I need to do them. And we're going to go around Isle of Wight as well, aren't we? You know what I mean?
That's right. We're going to try and get around the whole of the Isle of Wight and get food as well. Like, you know, get food and sort of like stop off in various places.
Well.
Water as well. It's good to have.
Yeah.
Salty in it.
Just beer. just beer and food.
That's all you need.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, just beer. That'll do.
Yeah, they're saying we need to do a boat trip together. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, we're thinking about doing it. So he's going to bring his boat down, and we're going to put the two boats in the water together, and we're going to sail together. So you know,
definitely.
If anything happens to each other, then we've got each other to help. But it'd be good fun. You know, be good fun.
Yeah, sounds good.
Tie the boats
Well, I'm
together.
thinking about trying to find somewhere down there to leave it for a little bit, so that I could come. So I don't have to drag it back and then come back down. You know what I mean? If I get somewhere to leave it down there, so that I can do whatever and then take it out and then come back and then redo something else. You know what I mean?
Marina.
There are little boat clubs there. You see them when you drive along. You'd have to go and actually physically drive down there, but you see them. There's all little boats like just stuck in these little places. You know, you just have to go in and say how much it costs for me to just chuck my boat in. Yeah,
leave it there for a month or something like that or whatever, you know what I mean?
Can I just say thank you to all the new subscribers? Thank you very much. I've nearly 50 today, if not 50.
Wow.
Nearly 50 today?
Yeah, that's excellent.
Wow.
Don't know where they all come from, but
I hope
thank you.
50 have jumped on my channel as well.
Oh, is it still kicking off in Bristol?
Is it?
Some were saying it's still kicking off in Bristol.
Probably.
I'm not too sure. It was the other day.
What's it kicking off for?
Police.
But I only need another 200 now, and I've hit the target. So, thank you, everyone.
Anti-lockdown.
Oh, the police are releasing our photos now and saying these are the people we want. You know,
These are the
they want
guys.
these people. They're going after people now. Yeah.
That's what they did with the riots in Manchester, wasn't it? Basically, filmed them, and then after a few weeks, a month, they started taking them all to court.
Yeah.
But what I find interesting is at the moment there's a lot of face recognition cameras about in public that the council use and the police use. So they're picking up on all your detailed faces as you walk around the place. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now this cover came out, everyone's wearing a mask. Can they now, with the technology they've got, see who is behind that mask? With the facial recognition, with the eyes and eyebrows, or say like, maybe give you a choice of suspects it might be.
It'd be a basic if anything, you need a whole face.
The best thing to use is
Won't be far off where if you wear
for
a
example,
mask,
imagine urban led Yorkshire with my beard. It'd be the equivalent of that.
Yeah, we go with that.
Yeah.
I can't grow hair on my head, never mind on my chin.
No, but like it may be a radar camera that picks up all your details in your face through the material and through your like your beard.
Nah,
like they do when ground penetrating ground radar.
I think we're a good 10, 15, 20 years off that.
Yeah, we might, but the authorities aren't. Bet they're onto that stuff already.
Hey, don't you know the new masks are going to be worn for the rest of our lives now?
Who's echoing?
Is that any better? Any more echoes?
I have no idea.
Seems
where
right
it's
at the moment.
I'm not hearing it. Oh.
Echo.
Echo? Echo?
Sounds like there's a radio on in the background.
He's the guilty one, is he?
It ain't me because it's happening before.
Right.
No worries.
Oh well, it's not the end of the world.
It's not as bad as before, though, was it?
Nah, it's still.
It's breathable.
Let me check.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, this police and criminal evidence business they're bringing in, this new bill, I mean, there are some major flaws in it. I mean, and they have just literally just laid it on thick, like, you know, we're going to bring in all this new stuff. And it's like, well, some of it you can understand, but some of it, you know, is just bollocks. Like this saying, like, you know, if somebody's being aggravating, you know, it's like, well, harassment deals with that anyway, because somebody's harassing somebody, but just being aggravating. Well, you could turn around and say, well, somebody's standing outside my shop protesting about prices of things. That's aggravating. And they go, yeah, it is aggravating, isn't it? Right, we arrest them.
Well, you're not allowed to protest anyway.
Yeah.
The whole point is, and I think people need to realise, it is generally an attack on your civil liberties. At the end of the day, we've never been in a state of this in a long time. And the sooner people stand up to it and everything like that, the better, because it'll only get worse if you allow it to get worse.
Mm.
But then again, regardless, even if you do protest or you do whatever, it doesn't matter anyway because they're going to do what they want.
Yeah, I do believe there was a proper protesters out that day. And then at the end, it was just a few that decided to take it a step further.
You always have that now. It makes no difference. It's always going to be people that sense where it's like, we're looking for the riots. That's the footage. That's what everyone wants to record and broadcast across everything. It's all about the peaceful part.
It's like saying a live stream. Yeah, you always get nice people at the live stream, but you get one or two idiots coming in and try to mess it up for everyone.
Mm.
You just it's just live. It's sad, isn't it? Really, they've got nothing really better to put their minds to and get something done productive.
I think it's going to be interesting in the next 5-10 years what happens in the UK in terms of laws and what's passed, and if we get a new government, if people are kicked out and various things. It'll be a very interesting time for us. I'll be in my 40s. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I'll be in my 60s. No, 50s. 50s, sorry. 50s. 50s.
Put it this way, you'll be able to catch me up anyway. Each year you get older, each year I get older, so you never catch me up.
How old are you, Bearded Reality?
How old do I look?
Well, if he's going to be in his 40s in 5 years, he's going to be 35, isn't he?
Well, no. I said 5 to 10 years. So I'm 32 now. I keep forgetting how old I am. So I'm 32 now.
I'd say about 28.
But he's just told you.
Oh, no, sorry, I didn't hear that bit.
28. That. You're going backwards.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's dirty poo. I mean, 32.
32.
Yeah.
No, that's
it came through after. I was like, hello.
Yeah.
So,
I like that one there.
Here we go then.
I'm 40
Mr. Legend.
Plus VAT.
Have you been back to that place yet, or should I hold off a bit, Mr. Urban Legend, being all cryptic?
Just go and do it anyway.
Do it. Is it?
Yeah, do it. One of them ones.
Do you reckon you're gonna? Do you want to go back?
I don't know.
I do. Don't know what it is, but I'll go back.
I probably know more tomorrow.
Oh, I'm intrigued. What's going on?
Yeah.
So shall I wait? I'll wait till tomorrow because I'm wondering what to edit up next. I've got a few things, but I'm like, that was a good one. That was a good.
Well, you can already edit that and get it ready, can't you? have it on the list.
Can do, but if I do another one first, I can get it done and out. You know, it's so yeah, I might. Yeah, I'll leave off then because you've got something you want to find out about tomorrow.
Cool, thank you, much appreciated.
No, it's all right, fine.
How do you find places that people haven't done yet?
It's not that easy, and sometimes when you do go there and think it's been freshly done, you find out a week or two later someone else has already done that and been there, or when you're in there you find a sticker or something.
Yeah, a sticker. Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, I'm not the only one that's been in there.
But even though when it's like that, you know it's still a good place that not many people have done, so it's still worth. Know what I mean? It's still not disappointed.
To be fair, a good way of looking at things is looking for recently closed down businesses, things that are literally just being shut down, whole entire complexes. Like, so as example, Showcase, the whole company went bust. So you'd have other ones in different areas and whatnot. So some of them won't be available. You'll have vandals and folks eventually hitting those places. It's all luck. And also, as you're traveling about, just keep an eye out.
No,
or the maps, the Google Maps thing, satellite maps, just looking for places in woods and places that you'd think just out of the window. You just look out for.
It's easier to be careful of that because they could have knocked it down prior.
No, if you use the satellite view, it's actually up to date. It's the street view that's not.
How many times?
It's not all the time.
Is it?
I've done that not too long ago. Went to a place called Talbot Road in Trafford Park. And on Google Maps, there was a place there, and when I got there, it's an housing estate.
Are you using the Google Earth, that satellite version, which is up to date at the time?
Just whatever's on my phone.
Yeah, so, if you use Google Earth, there's you can basically you can use that and you can see the location as it is.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes, that's different to Google Maps.
Yeah,
but you can use Google Maps to like basically like spread the area and see, and then you just notice a place random in the woods and use Google Earth just to check the surroundings.
There was a building I found in Ipswich, I'm not going to say where, but turns out they burnt the building down. But when I went on Google Maps, the building was still
I've been there.
You know what I'm on about, don't you?
It was an old paper mill, wasn't it? It was an old paper factory, yeah. I went there. I went there, yes. And we were walking through that building, me and my missus, yeah. And as we were walking through the building, I went to one side and they built an indoor skate park in it. And I was looking at the skate park, videoing the skate park. And my missus saw someone else with a camera, so she walked over to him. This woman, nothing on. No clothes whatsoever. Honestly. And this guy was filming her like that, yeah. And anyway, by the time I realised she'd got a bra and panties on, yeah, and I walked over and she put her trainers on. She walked up to us, and I'm with my missus, yeah, and there's this woman, she's got a bra, panties, and a pair of trainers on, and I'm like this, yeah, it's lovely this place, isn't it? I'm like, yeah, I like this here, yeah, you know what I mean? Anyway, I give her one of my stickers, and she stuck it on her ass, and the photographer took a photo of her ass with my sticker on, and I'll try and find the photo, but it's
funny.
Honestly, it's in this place with all this, because it was made out of wood, the place, and it's like amazing place, and you can just see her ass and that, and it's got my sticker on it. I was like, that's a banging picture, is that?
Yeah,
I've got a funny one for you. There's a mill nearby me, so they just renovated it now. But basically, these guys went to explore it a couple months back, and essentially, as they're renovating everything like that, they've gone at night and everything like that. They're shining the torches up at the building. Next thing they know, just a naked guy appears at the window. They're just looking at each other, and you're thinking, "What's this guy doing?" Comes out and he chases him off the ground, fully gone, like just going off and doing whatever you think. Shagging, obviously. He's obviously thought, I'll take a bird there, have a good time. But you're just like, yo, you can't make that stuff up when it's literally, light up, naked man.
Mad, isn't it, what you come across?
I know.
It's like this. That place where we went and the naked woman, I was like, I was so disappointed. I wanted to go back and that, but it got burnt down. You know what I mean?
I was going to say she's probably left now. She's probably not going to be there again.
Well, she actually follows me on Instagram. She's a topless dancer. Well, she's a dancer. She takes all her clothes off. Actually,
What's
she
the
follows
name?
me on Instagram, and all her stripper friends follow me as well.
Name,
and
name, damn it.
She's like, name.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll find the name and I'll message you through Instagram. I can't remember what her name is. She hasn't put out on for a long time. Hold on, let me have a look. I'm gonna have a look. Well, I'm gonna have a look.
She's just walking around with no clothes on everywhere.
All the time.
No clothes on.
When
Yeah,
you dance, it's extra cool, isn't it?
Oh, what was her name? Oh, I'm gonna have a look anyway.
Amanda Kitofsky.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find her name.
Just writing Instagram, naked people.
1 minute.
it might get jackpot. I don't know.
I can't remember. It was a long time ago when I messaged her last. Yeah, it was a long time. It's like
I wonder
quite
if
a
you
few
could
of them. You know what I mean?
get a lot of people
Hello?
watching you if
Can
you
you hear
like
me
did
now?
naked explores. Like Urbex, all you had on was your trainers.
There you go.
Naked Explorer.
I think that's a thing. I might have to start an OnlyFans and just kit off I explore.
Yeah.
The police might think you're rockers, but
No, you get naturists, don't you? So why not you get an urban naturist?
I've had an experience of naked exploring because that Matt from Finders Beepers, history seekers, right? He likes pulling his bloody trousers down when you're like crawling through a hole and he's in front of you. He pulls his trousers down so you get like a right bloody chocolate starfish experience,
To be fair, I have quite a few pictures of me and my ass just out and about in random locations. So I can't help it. Like I've got, the recent place I've just done, Legend. There's that room with a big mirror. So I've set it up so you can't see anything but just my ass in the mirror.
I think your arse has been on more explores than you have.
Hey, I'm saying what I might do is I might literally just attach the camera to me and just walk around. That's my plan.
Yeah.
See, I've got a problem because like every time I see this, Finders Seekers history beepers or whatever it is, Finders Beepers, yeah. Whenever I see them and there's like the two of them and they're just chatting, and I can't help getting. I got that picture in my mind of his arse and his arse crack, and I can't take it seriously then because I'm watching it and I'm just like, I've seen your arse crack, mate. I just like you totally shoved your arse in my face. What the hell?
Who does that?
It's affected you for life, that Matt. Now, hasn't it?
It scarred me. Scarred.
Right.
There we go.
I'm going to call it a night now. Anyway.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Ooh. You're going to call it a night. Okay. Well, we better go to
I
bed
don't like
then.
keeping it going on too long. I think 2 hours is about right, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it.
Yeah. Thanks to everyone who's came up. And can I just say thanks to Gav, who's not here, who's came up on the channel for the first time today. Same with Bearded Reality. Please check everyone's channels out. So, yeah. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Much appreciated. And I'll be working on a new video. It won't be out this week, guaranteed. So, yeah, it normally takes me a week or two to get them just how I want them. So, yeah. Cheers. Can I also say that video I done before, I forgot to add some music into that as well. And I forgot to add Brady's name. But I will be doing that in the future. So I'm going to re-edit that and hopefully, fingers crossed, to get that one out, and then put this one on.
Just put his name in the description, and just leave it as it was, buddy, because it were all right with that. There was nothing wrong with that.
I just want to add a bit of music. That's all. But like what I done last night, I've done all the thing, watched it all through, made sure there's no spelling mistakes or all that. This is like 4 o'clock in the morning. Uploaded, waited an hour, it's still uploading. So I went to bed at 5. Woke up, checked it, it's still uploading. When I checked it today, I noticed I forgot to put like background music where I wanted to. So I thought, instead of going through all that again, I'll just do it as a premiere, release it now, and then do what I need to do to the video eventually, and then release that, then put this one in private, just swap it over basically. But yeah, I thought it was a great video. I enjoyed doing it as well in the end, making it. And
I'll have to watch it now because I didn't watch it. So I'll be watching it now.
Station, Matt, where I took you to with Sam and Jess. It was that one, and we couldn't get in. And fighters were there, weren't they, revving the car up that night?
That's right. You managed to get in now, have you?
Yeah. Managed to get in and film it. There's a few of us there.
Been knocked down now, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I wonder if it's still open.
It's not there, it's been knocked down.
Oh, they knocked it down?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally flat.
That's right, I wanted to go and see it. I wanted to go and see that one, and he told me it's knocked down. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I've done a video of it before, knocked down by drone, and I also got another video of it getting knocked down with a drone as well. Not getting knocked down with the drone, but drone footage of it getting knocked down and a fly right next to all the diggers. He let us, the company let me fly right in close to all the work as well, so that's quite good.
I didn't think drones are strong enough to knock down buildings.
The military ones are.
Well, the military ones.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, but ones that carry the big weapons.
Boom!
Yeah.
Scary that you can have weapons on drones now.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to shoot off first anyway because I'm up in like 6 hours. 7
Go on then, get up. Say your bit.
Yep. Cheers, guys. Thank you for letting me on. Thank you to everybody in chat for joining in. Thank you everybody on panel. Great conversation tonight. I've enjoyed it. You know what I mean? It's cool. Yeah, don't forget to check out my channel. Check out everybody else that's been on this, involved in this situation. And love to you all. Stay safe out there, guys, because there's no COVID. I mean, there's a disease out there that's like killing people and that it's killing people. You know what I mean? Is it killing? What, you know what I mean? I don't want to go there. Ask Matt. Secret Vault will tell you that it's all real. But yeah, all right. Thank you very much, guys, and stay safe out there. And I'll speak to you all soon.
Take it
Cheers.
easy.
Goodbye.
See you later.
See you in a bit. Mate, bye. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers, Marcus.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay. Cheers, Matt. Thanks for coming on as well and helping us get a few more subscribers and promoting my channel and stuff. Been a great evening, I thought, tonight for me.
Yeah, no, it's nice. Yeah, we're going to go and get a pot noodle now. And yeah, subscribe and like to everybody that you ever look on YouTube, including us. But always like and subscribe to everybody. That's not like me, is it, to say that?
True.
No, you've been friendly to the ones, really. It's normally say terrible, awful man.
Just don't do anything ever. That's the one, yeah. So, well, it's been nice. I'm going to go and get a pot noodle, and I'm going to go and watch this new series called Debris, which is a bit weird.
Debris,
yeah. It's basically an alien spacecraft was detected coming through the universe, and it was like smashed up, and then bits of it are falling down to Earth. But all these bits do weird things, like make people teleport, and weird things happen, like people that are dead come back to life and stuff like that. And it's like, and they just appear, and people are like, what the hell's going on? So this spacecraft has got like some really weird properties to it. All these bits that are coming down to Earth. So that's what it's about.
Yeah.
I'm going to go watch it.
What's that on?
It's on piratebay.org.
No worries. Go and check that out as well if you're into all that stuff. Sounds quite interesting, actually.
is that on Prime?
Yeah, it's good. No, it's actually it's the Peacock American. What was it? NBC Peacock.
Oh, NBC.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So it's probably not out in the UK yet. So God knows how I've got it. Yeah.
Sounds like the 100. Something similar as that. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
100 was good.
So there's another one as well called, which I've been watching. I haven't watched all of them yet, but it's Resident Alien, where an alien comes. No, it's not Resident. Yes, Resident Alien. It is. Yeah, Resident Alien. And this alien comes down to Earth, and he's come to destroy the planet. He's actually come in a ship that its sole purpose was to destroy Earth. But when he gets here, it crashes. So he's got to find the parts of his spacecraft to put it back together to finish the job of killing everybody. But in the meantime, he needs to blend in. So he's like living in a community, and he becomes the doctor for the community. And he starts solving crimes. He starts solving crimes for the police because he's quite intelligent, so he can kind of like work shit out, you know. And it's interesting. It's a comedy, but yeah.
So basically, it comes to Earth to destroy the Earth and then start saving the human life.
Well, he's solving crimes. I mean, there's a bit in it where there's somebody's dead, so he goes, "Oh, can I do the autopsy?" And then he gets their brain. He goes, "I've always wanted to do this." And he's like, he's just So, by the way, he takes on a human form, so he can't tell he's alien. But there's one kid in the whole of the town that can see who he really is, and he's like trying to kill the kid all the time. So, yeah.
Sounds like a
It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. So anyway, that's going to be my night now. I'm not doing any editing. It's getting too late.
No worries. Thanks very much for coming up. Cheers.
Okay, we'll catch you later. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's it. Bye.
And I know that's who I'm picking. I was going to say, I know my next victim.
I'm Beard of Reality. I explore things and places. Yeah, I enjoyed myself. It's fun.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
Cool. Thanks very much for jumping on the show tonight, and much appreciate it. Good to see a new face on the show.
Yep. Well, invite me anytime. I'm happy to chat and chill about Urbex and all kinds of things. So.
Yeah, no worries. I'm sure we'll stay in touch. Catch you in a bit, mate.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
You're not bearded reality.
And then that leaves the two. You all right, Alex?
All right, yeah.
Yeah, cool. How's it going?
All right. Not much is going on right now.
Tell you what, that game of Invaders behind you is lasting a long time, isn't it? Is it on pause or something?
Yeah.
You've paused it so you can come on the show.
I think that's a good background, actually.
Yeah. Get it up there. That's it. See it better now.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Alex, for coming on. Much appreciated. After all, you was waiting for a long time to come on the show tonight. I did have a full panel, like you see. But you stayed there and came on. Cheers.
That's all right. Do you want me to say anything? Or...
It's up to you. You're on the screen now. Go for it.
All right, this is Random TV. I will hopefully be doing some more explores on my channel at some point. If anyone else in here that's on my channel, then they'll know what I'm on about. So that's about it, really.
Thanks, Alex, for coming up.
That's all right.
Cheers.
Before I go, did you get my email message on Instagram?
Yes, I did. I've not sorted the email out. Like I say, it takes me a little bit to sort things out, but we'll send it to you.
Right.
Cheers.
Try.
I've meant to say that to you as well on the live stream.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone. It's been a great live stream tonight. Much appreciated. Like I say, all the new subscribers, thanks very much. Hopefully you enjoy the videos I make, and yeah, stay safe till then. Good night. Oh, going over to Dark Arts TV. I believe they're doing a live stream at the moment, so see you later. Good night.